Well, welcome to the Impactus Podcast. I'm Dean Brenton. We are on episode 32, and we are here to equip you as men for a life of purpose and godly impact. And we are on our year-end podcast, our special edition. We're really excited to bring that to you today. We have two special friends with me. Both work in the ministry here. Paul Levine, our Director of Operations. Jordan, who works with our marketing and content. Welcome, guys.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah. Awesome. So, year is coming to a close, and we're going to talk about that today. But one word or phrase to describe this past year, what would it be?
Change. No question. We're in year 2 of incredible change in the ministry. I mean, here we go. Jordan's been here, 3 months? Brand new president, started at the beginning of the year. All kinds of transition with staff, moving from Promise Keepers Canada last year to Impactus, Promise Keeper Canada Impactus, and now we're flipping that to Impactus Promise Keepers Canada. New direction, being an online ministry, a global ministry, just ongoing change.
Yeah, I think I can resonate with that. My wife and I had a baby daughter. She's just over a year old, so we've done a lot of changing of diapers and a lot of change in our household. But the word that comes to mind for me is faithfulness amongst all the change. God has been so faithful. I left a full-time pastoral role to come on board here at Impactus, and God's just been so faithful, and I've seen how faithful He's been to the ministry. And so that's kind of how I would summarize it for sure.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think my word would be new. Every day this year has been a new experience for me until January 1. Then it'll be,
old hat.
I've been there before. But yeah, it started in January and lots of changes with our team and things like that. So it's new, but I really believe God's doing a new thing here and really excited about the future. Yeah. So Jordan, you are the new guy, the newest guy on the block. So what drew you here to the ministry, and what have you enjoyed over the last few months?
Yeah, honestly, God has a funny way of doing things, because if someone told me I'd be leading under Dean Brenton, who I knew previous to this, it just wouldn't even have came to me. But just one of the things I've really appreciated here is just how bathed in prayer this ministry is. I mean, we pray before we do anything, and that really it really is special to be a part of something like that. And just even to see, like, every video that we talk about is bathed in prayer in our marketing meeting and as we begin our meetings with prayer and things like that. Also, just how the team is aligned in this God-sized vision. Like, it's big to see every man, right, become, grow, and live as a disciple of Jesus. That's a God-sized vision. But there's alignment. Everybody's on board with that as well. I think just the idea of having how we appreciate the history of where the ministry's come. I mean, this whole office is filled with pictures of where we've come, things we've done, people we've impacted, but we also have a desire to advance and innovate, and just this desire to say, how can we reach more men for God? As I think about what kind of impacts me the most being here, a part of the ministry team, is that it's really like appreciation, but also this desire, hey, there's still more work to be done.
That's good.
Yeah, no question. That really struck me when I first came here, and I'm the veteran here at the table. I've been here just a little over 2 years, and coming out of secular business world for 25 years, there wasn't a whole lot of praying going on. But to come here and to see everything we do bathed in prayer every day was really refreshing. And take it back to when God put a vision in the hearts of the leadership 5 years ago now to go in a new direction and to move away from being a conference-focused ministry to being an online-centered, a global ministry, and to reach men beyond the borders of Canada. I mean, it was months and months of prayer before anything happened. And then God started to move in the hearts of the leadership. And here we are today as Impactus Promise Keepers Canada, year 2 of our journey, of a 3-year journey to become Impactus. And we are now a global ministry, and we are really online focused with just an incredible amount of content and resources being produced for guys online, reaching men around the world and reaching a new generation who live online and who live in social media. And what is, God answered the prayer as we moved into COVID. We were so perfectly positioned to pivot, that word pivot, because we couldn't do conferences. And we haven't been able to do a live conference in 2 years. And here we are. God has positioned us for such a time as this. It's incredible.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah, we were really... God really set up this moment for us to really lean in, and we had no idea when this started 5 years ago, but were we ever grateful when in the last few months to be able to really lean into what God's called us to do. So let's talk some highlights from this past year, because there's been a lot. Even though, some of the on-the-ground things have not happened. There's been some amazing things that have happened. So kick us off, Paul. What do you recall of, say, January 2021?
Well, I mean, we started the year with the Skit Guys, the first podcast of 2021, and the podcast was all about finally 2020 is over. And here we are saying finally 2021 is over. It's like Groundhog Day.
I know.
And then
I feel like 2019 was just like last month.
Yeah, exactly. And then it was a year ago. You and I were sitting here just interviewing. You had just begun January 1st, and we were doing an interview just welcoming you to the ministry.
It's so true. Yeah. And it was only it seemed like days later, but it was April, actually, we did our virtual conference. Yeah. And we really leaned into that, and we did 2 video shoots, one in Toronto, one in Halifax. We had Kirk Giles, Lennon Anderson, Mike Gordon. Yeah. I did part of that. Sorry. Andrew Thompson led worship. It was just an amazing thing. We had hundreds and hundreds of men join us online. So it was a great experiment and a great successful experiment.
I remember you guys saying something, if I can interrupt. I'm thinking about how along the way, though, there was some things that kind of like caused us to go, oh, God, what's going on here? Like our Facebook page in July.
Yeah. In July, we woke up on a Monday morning and went to work on our Facebook page. It was gone. Facebook had taken our page down. We had nearly 11,000 followers on Facebook, and it was just gone. We appealed to them. We've never heard back, so we started a new page. And it's a critical platform for us to reach men around the world, because outside of North America, churches and pastors use Facebook as their website, if you will. And we have had so many pastors and so many men's leaders reach out to us from everywhere, from Kenya, Nairobi, around the world, the Philippines, and so on, because they've seen us on Facebook.
Right.
So we started a new page, and hey guys, we have a new page. It's Impactus Men. You can find us on Facebook as well as Twitter, Instagram, and we really encourage you, please go to our page and follow us. We really need to build our following. It's really critical that we get back to those numbers.
I think we're just over 950, and so perhaps just to speak to you guys, if you can head over even right now and like our Facebook page, tip us over that 1,000 would be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would be amazing.
Absolutely.
What are some other ways people can kind of connect with us?
Well, there's no question by email. That's our most effective means of reaching guys right now, and that is our email. Our daily devotional reaches thousands of men around the world, and you can sign up online at our website impactus.org to receive our daily devotional, to get updates on upcoming events and content and so on. Email's critical for us. So go to impactus.org, check it out, sign up. We really could use your support, and it helps us reach men around the world.
Cool.
And Jordan, you came on in the fall, and we were like full swing into planning for our leadership summit, and we threw you right in the midst of that. So tell us a little bit about that.
The leadership summit was a highlight for me. I think I was here 3 weeks or so, and just got to be a part of something that was unique for us as a ministry, as an evening to really equip men to lead men's ministry in their local church. And so we went to a local church in the Mississauga area called Renew Church. Thank you guys. Shout out to you guys. And they recorded an evening that we did live and some pre-recording. We had Steve Arterburn, Jeremy Rabel. We had some other speakers as well, and men from across Canada. And so that was really, really great. I think we had men were really encouraged by that.
Oh, they were.
What I've heard.
Great feedback.
Yeah, it was a great event. Our network leaders across the country. And again, we had men participating from around the world, just encouraging men to really to get back in the game, if you will, and to start or restart ministry to men in their local church. Yeah,
we've referenced around the world. Maybe do we have a moment just to highlight Zimbabwe and Tino?
No question, Tino, can't think of Tino's name right now, his last name, but Tino from Zimbabwe has participated in leadership training and all manner of events. And again, found us on Facebook, reached out to the ministry long ago, and has been such a faithful supporter of the ministry and a network leader now. He's our first network leader outside of Canada in Zimbabwe, and he's leading 6 churches who are all doing ministry to men in Zimbabwe.
Amazing. And I was on a network call just a couple of weeks ago, and I think it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and there was Tino. He was there, right engaged with the other guys. Just amazing.
Tino's amazing.
Yeah, it's no doubt that God wants to reach men outside of Canada, North America, and He is. And so I just love to be a part of a ministry that's tapping into that.
What else have you really enjoyed, or some of those things that have really pushed us beyond our borders?
I think about This Is Me TV, which is kind of has such a reach, and it's really, for those of you that are unaware, it's a YouTube channel dedicated to telling the stories, basically, of athletes, celebrities, just just people like you and me that have stories of God really impacting them and their lives being changed. I mean, we are on track to have 350,000 views in this fiscal year. Yeah. That's amazing. We talked to Lecrae Propaganda. We've got I'm going to nerd out a little bit, but we have a guy named Beneil Dariush, who's a UFC fighter. I'm a huge fan. He's got a fight coming up, and so these are people that outside of the church that look to and admire, and here they are speaking part of something that we're doing, and we're seeing people being really encouraged by that.
Yeah, it's people with high profile sharing their faith, and the really cool thing is they're reaching the next generation of men. Yeah, it's really cool. It's had a great impact, a huge impact on young people.
Yeah, and Dean, you've had some podcast guests, and you've done some podcasting this year.
The Impactus Podcast, I stepped into this and transitioned from Kirk's leadership into this role, and it's been fun to interview a bunch of guests. We've had Lecrae, Mark Clark, Ryan Walter, Steve Arterburn. We've got some upcoming ones, including Nathan Clarkson and Doug Weiss. I mean, they're just amazing conversations, and it's just looking forward to growing this conversation and just resourcing, helping, encouraging men with real life stories and things like that. So, and the reach has been pretty incredible. Like you mentioned some of them, but I mean, there's been some amazing numbers, web traffic and things like that.
Yeah, 200,000 unique website visits.
Yeah,
200,000, 600,000 daily devotional connections, and 95,000 article video views. Yeah. Like that, we're impacting men. Yeah. There's no doubt. And so those numbers are something to be celebrated. And there's still a long time to go. Like, it's only going to grow. So it's exciting. What about, you mentioned networks. Maybe just give a little update on where networks are at and maybe even what is a network.
Sure. Well, the heart of our ministry is ministry to men and really training men's ministry leaders. We exist as a ministry to point men to Jesus, as you know. And we want to see every single man become, grow, and live as a disciple of Jesus. And the networks are an opportunity for us to reach churches across Canada and eventually around the world, as Tino is doing in Zimbabwe. So a network is simply a guy who is raised up, God's called, in a community, who's got a heart for the men of his community. He's leading men's ministry in his own church right now, and he's got a heart to see this happen in churches across the community. And so when God raises up this network leader, he starts to network with other men's ministry leaders in the community so that there's strength in numbers. And we begin with one church doing ministry to men with the goal of doing ministry to men right across the community. And we want to see ministry happening in churches right across Canada and around the world, the multiplying effect.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. And we've got, over 500 churches?
We have over 500 churches in Canada connected to, plus the 6 in Zimbabwe. We've got 65 network leaders in Canada right now. And it continues to grow. God, as you say, has been so good and raising up men who just have a heart to lead men. And we're really excited about the future of networks and walking alongside pastors to reach the men of their church for Jesus.
Yeah. Cool. And even when we haven't been able to fully get back into doing some conferences and things like that, our networks have actually started to do some ministry workshops and things like that. So it's really exciting to see some of those things come back alive again and guys gathering. So it's really cool. Yeah. We've got some really good things and exciting things coming in the new year, which is just around the corner. So tell us what some of those things.
Yeah, I right now I'm in the middle of working as a team, of course, on a new podcast coming out of our ministry. It's going to be basically a podcast geared to young men and the life stage they find themselves in. Going to be doing it with a good friend of mine named Andrew Wood. And we're really going to just answer and tackle some of these questions that men are actually asking. Yeah. And maybe some of the ones that we're a little too afraid to ask, but we can let someone else answer them. And so Andrew and I are going to do that. And that's beginning February 1st. We're going to be talking about marriage. And so look forward to some details about that because it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, are Paul and I allowed to tune into that one since it's a young men's podcast?
We might. I'll get back to you.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Also, social media. Yeah. If you watch online, you may have seen a little bit more of my face around, and hopefully you're okay with that. But our hope is that we'll be engaging there a little bit more frequently in each and every week, and so there'll be some more postings, some more videos, maybe some behind the scenes of what happens here in the office. And we're hoping that'll be a blessing to people.
Yeah, there was pressure to bring a younger face in and kick us old guys.
Yeah, that's right. We needed it.
I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, and we've got some great resources that are coming out now in the new year as well. Tell us about that.
Yeah,
Paul.
we do. Well, again, the heart of our ministry is to train men's ministry leaders, and we are working on an incredible leadership training curriculum. It'll be a video-based curriculum. That'll be ready sometime in 2022. And it'll be an amazing resource to train men to lead men's ministry. We are growing our network reach as well. We're also working on a curriculum as well for small group leaders to train men how to lead a small group, whether it be a topical small group or relational small group. So really looking forward to that. As far as the networks are concerned, we really see that as our opportunity to reach the world and to engage with the men that God raises up in a community, wherever it may be, as Tino has done in Zimbabwe, to grow networks and to train leaders. Yeah. Then we're going to look at a concept to go and serve in the community, because a big part of ministering to men is, as we teach, it's igniting a man's heart, equipping his mind, but also engaging his hands. And men like to be part of something bigger than themselves. Not every guy wants to sit in a small group, but if you went and went bowling or shot pool or dig a ditch or build a house, there'll be guys that'll show up in a heartbeat, and they'll bring friends, and ministry can take place in that context. So we're going to develop something called Serve Days, where guys will work together, a network of churches will work together in the community, and guys will just go out and love on people and serve people in the local community. So that's really exciting. We're really excited about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. We're not getting rid of conferences. We're still going to be doing them. We just haven't been able to do conferences, but we're excited because in April we're already planning our next in-person, and it's going to be virtual as well, kind of a hybrid event. Yeah. So we're actively engaged in that one. And then, Lord willing, next fall, we're still going to figure out the number of cities and where, but we're planning to be on the ground and doing some of those conferences again. So we're excited about that.
Back on the road.
Yeah, get in front of our guys out there and just get connected again. So we're looking forward to that. Yeah. So some other changes are coming, I think, with the ministry as well when it comes to some of the email and things like that.
Well, the biggest change is we are now in year 2 of our transition from Promise Keepers Canada to Impactus. So right now we're Impactus Promise Keepers Canada. About the fall of 2022, we're in 21, right?
I think so.
In 22, we are going to move to be Impactus only. We will be Impactus as a ministry. Impactus itself is a Latin word, as we all know. It's a Latin word that means to press closely into something. Yeah. And it was chosen on purpose. God gave the leadership of the ministry that name. And it's a name that really resonates. And we, as a ministry, want men to press closely into their walk with Jesus. Again, to help men become, grow, and live as a disciple of Jesus. And it's all about pointing men to Jesus, to become followers of Jesus, to grow in their walk with Jesus, and then to become a disciple of Jesus and go and disciple other men.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Jordan, you referenced a little earlier, we've got such a great heritage and such a great legacy that we've inherited. And so God's done amazing things in the past. He's doing great things right now, but some amazing things coming in the future as well. So we're excited. And we can't wait to get this thing, ramped up full
tilt.
Year. Yeah, full tilt in the
As
new
we'd
year.
say in Newfoundland.
That's right. In the new year, we're going to all guns blazing kind of thing.
Yeah. It's such an exciting time.
It is. It's a great time. And so, we want the guys to come along on this ride. It's going to be amazing. Yeah. So, year-end podcast, Christmas is coming. So let's do a rapid fire speed round kind of thing, if that's all right.
Yeah,
sure. You ready? You got your thinking caps on?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Favorite Christmas food?
My mom's pineapple ham.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Paul, how about your favorite Christmas movie?
It's a toss-up between Christmas Vacation and Elf.
Okay.
What about A Christmas Story?
Well,
You'll shoot your eye.
She'll shoot your eye.
Pretty classic.
Yeah.
It is a classic.
So, speaking of movies, the ultimate question is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I've never seen it.
Whoa.
I say yes.
Okay.
There is a Christmas theme to it.
There is. The jury's still out.
Nakatomi Plaza.
How about your favorite carol?
Favorite carol? Oh, man. All the one that comes to mind is Fa La 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 La. I don't know why that one rings a bell today, but
I don't think that's the title.
No.
I sing that in A Christmas Story.
Okay, how about your favorite Christmas tradition?
Well, for us, it's probably putting up the tree together. And we did this just the other night. My daughter has gone to university. She's not far away, which is great. So she came home for the night just so we could put the tree up and decorate the tree. We've been doing this as a family forever. We watch a Christmas movie, cider, and that resonates with me. I mean, she's 18 years old and still came home just to do the tree. And she was really excited about it.
That's awesome.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Man, for me, it's our Christmas Eve service at church. Just something special about that. But I want to throw it back at you. You don't get to escape.
That's right. Exactly.
What's your favorite Christmas tradition?
Just being with the family, getting everybody around, and I just love Christmas. I love the music. I love the food. I just love what's in the air at this time of year. And ultimately, it's amazing that we all kind of pause and we remember why, right? That Jesus came, and we celebrate that. And so we're in the Advent season now, but it's incredible. I love Christmas.
Yeah.
Movies?
Yes.
Favorite movie? Probably The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Good one. That's
It still
good.
cracks me up.
Yeah.
So, no, this has been amazing. Great conversation, guys. I'm looking forward to doing this year-end thing and kind of putting a bow on this year with the podcast. So I want to say thank you to the podcast listeners and those of you that have tuned in this year, and we hope you'll stay with us next year and check out the new podcast that's coming up as well. Yeah. All our donors, supporters. You know, what we do here is not one or two people. It's a team. We have a small team at the office, but we have a large team of network leaders and support leaders, and it's just incredible. And so thanks to all of everyone who makes this possible. And thanks to you for being a part of this journey. We are looking forward to a great new year. God's got some great things in store. Pray for us. We're praying for you. And lastly, we just want to say a huge Merry Christmas to you and a Happy
Merry
New Year.
Christmas.
So from us to you, from the Impactus team, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks for listening to the Impactus Podcast. To learn more about living a life of purpose and godly impact, check out impactus.org.